Hello, I'm Daphne Goode. Welcome to our program. We're outside the brand new Vancouver Island Regional Library here in Lake Cowichan, and this is Go Island, Cowichan Valley. On today's show, Libraries of the Future and the newest Vancouver Island Regional Library in Cowichan Lake. A great road trip idea for you, and a Cobble Hill farm grows very hot peppers. All that and more on Go Island, Cowichan Valley.
Go Island is brought to you by German Auto Import Network.
We're inside this beautiful library, brand new to Lake Cowichan. Who better than to give us a tour than Kristen Rumor, who is the librarian, the chief librarian here. What a dream spot and what a dream job, Kristen.
It really is. It's a really exciting job for me. It's wonderful to be the librarian in a small community where I can really, put my skills to use.
Well, tell me, first of all, the difference between most of the people we see working in a library and a librarian who can bring such specialized skills to assist us in choosing all our materials.
Yeah, a lot of people think that whoever you run into working at a library is a librarian, but there's a little bit of a difference. And basically, we've got a lot of the people you'll run into in the library are library assistants. And what they do is make sure that you get your books checked out and checked in and all of those sort of keeping things flowing and running smoothly.
Yeah.
And what librarians actually do is a little more specialized in that we help people find answers to really complicated questions, anything you need to know. I like to say my job is not to know everything, but to be able to find it out. Help connect you with a book that you're really excited about. And another really important part of what we do is connect with the community and help develop the library in a way that works for what the community is wanting. So that looks like having, the materials that people want to read, but it also looks like having programs helping people learn about things that they're really excited about and working with the community to increase our knowledge.
Well, I know you'll be doing a lot of that in the coming weeks and months. Let's talk about how the library has changed, though, over the years. Have patterns in reading changed and patterns in learning? And what does this library look like compared to a library of 10 or 20 years ago?
Yeah, libraries are actually really constantly evolving spaces. They haven't really got stuck in a particular way. So our idea is that we want to make sure that people have access to the information and knowledge that they need to be, good citizens, to learn what they want to learn. And that's changed over time. So it used to be that people came to the library to get information. They want to read a book about history, or they want to learn about a country, or they want to know how to rewire their house. And a lot of that information is now available online. We still have all of those kinds of books, but more people are now coming to the library for fiction. People are reading more for pleasure than they ever have. And so we are circulating, novels and mysteries and all kinds of things that people want to read for fun.
And so that kind of reading is so great. Reading for fun and just becoming enveloped in a book and losing yourself in another world is one of the major reasons a lot of us read. So let's talk about how you've seen the changes happen. We're surrounded by children's books. There's also a huge collection of books for adults. Have you seen reading habits change in that way? Are people reading more books for pleasure? And do you see the titles coming out at you and you can sort of gauge by that?
Yeah. I think it's really interesting in kids nonfiction what's happened. So all those kinds of information books. It used to be that kids came to the library for what I would call book report books, right? They're writing a report about a country and they come to get all the books about that country. Or an industry or whatever it happens to be. And actually, those books are being used less because kids are using more internet resources to find that kind of information. But kids are actually reading lots more nonfiction for fun. Kids get really excited about a topic and they want a book that will keep them excited about that topic. So everything from, a 4-year-old who knows the names of every dinosaur you can imagine more than you or I, to somebody wanting to know about a science topic or learning about history, but doing it because they're excited about that topic.
Now I have to ask you, what's hot in the adult book world?
People are reading lots of sort of exciting fiction. I find that lots of things like mysteries and thrillers and that sort of thing circulate really well. And actually, not surprisingly, given that Alice Munro just won the Nobel Prize for Literature, our wait lists for Alice Munro are so long. So I'm hoping that'll have more people reading short stories, because that haven't been a lot of people reading short stories lately, and I hope that will jumpstart them to read some short stories.
I even think Munro and that award put Canada on the map, and probably put libraries and people like you on the map in a big way, because it's attracting an audience, and people are saying, really, our literature is that good?
It's really exciting, and something, one of the differences between libraries and bookstores is that we keep a lot of those classic titles around. So even though some of Alice Munro's books aren't necessarily in print right on a shelf right now to buy from a bookstore, you can get it from the library.
Good point, very good point. Well, we're going to visit the children's area, and you should see what's happening there. There's some really neat interaction going on, and we'll tell you a lot more about what's coming up at this Cowichan Lake branch of the Vancouver Island Regional Library. But first, we're going to take a little break, and when we come back, a road trip idea for you, and then more at the Lake Cowichan branch. We're at the Lake Cowichan branch, a brand new, beautiful library with Kristen Romer, the chief librarian here. And I feel like I'm 7. I'm sitting in this beautiful little toddler furniture. It's a very, very vibrant area with lots of color, and even better, great interactive games where kids can learn. There's plenty of books as well, Kristen, but you could give us a bit of a demo perhaps.
Yeah, one of the things we offer is our AWE stations, and they're not regular computers. They look like regular computers, but what they actually have is they're loaded with early learning games. So the idea is games that are designed to help toddlers, preschoolers, those not yet reading, to learn their letters and numbers and learn about science and all that sort of thing. So they're loaded with games designed to help kids learn. Yeah.
So there's some Sesame Street, First Steps, Reader Rabbit, Toddler, all kinds of things. And Dora.
Yeah.
La Casa de Dora. I recognize that.
So they're broken into some sort of broad categories, and we've got some characters that you'll be familiar with. We've got music and art, and all the computers have little headsets for kids to listen to, so it'll give them directions. It'll speak the directions to them, because the idea is that they're designed for kids that aren't yet reading. We've got reference, so things, learning about information, writing and computer skills. Of course, it's really important for kids to develop computer skills, learn how to mouse and keyboard, and that sort of thing. And also reading words and phonics, learning their letters, and all sorts of fun games. Geography, science, math, and problem solving. And kids actually really love to play all these games. They get to pick what they want. They get to be the expert. They've got the headphones. They know what they're supposed to be doing. And you'll see great, examples of, their parents or their older siblings helping them figure out how to get through the game, and learning, what the W is and what sound the W makes and all that kind of stuff.
We managed to get a few minutes here, but it wasn't easy, because it looks like it's heavily utilized by a lot of your younger visitors. And also there are a lot of great books. We were talking earlier that you're serving many, many, many different age groups. I was interested to hear that teen reading has also increased. There's lots and lots of teen fiction. Yeah, we're getting more and more teens coming into the library now that it's in sort of a new, easier to spot location, and that's really exciting, because it's a really great time for teen literature. It used to be that, we jumped straight from sort of kids books into adult books, and sometimes, the 12 and 13-year-olds and 14-year-olds got lost in the mix, but now there's so much good fiction coming out, and teens are reading like crazy. I think lots of people think, teens aren't reading,
they're only on their phones and that sort of thing. But with the amount of teen books that we're circulating, it's very clear that's not the case.
Good. That's really good to hear. We were looking among the stacks. I can't help but notice many things are brand new here. What's the collection comprised of? And are you getting regular deliveries?
Yeah, so the exciting thing about being part of a regional library system like Vancouver Island Regional is that we get to share our collection amongst all 38 of our branches. So when we open a brand new library like the Cowichan Lake branch, we actually get some brand new materials that have never been read by anyone. So it's kind of a librarian's dream when you're opening up books of brand new materials. So a lot of the things you'll see on the shelf are brand new. And then we also have constantly new materials coming in from other branches. And if we don't have what you're looking for on the shelf, you can always request a book from another branch, and it's here lickety split, and we'll put it on the shelf just for you.
Perfect. Yeah, that's a wonderful network, and with so many branches, like you say, more and more wonderful books to choose from. Thanks, Kristen. We'll talk a little more about adult books coming up, and also what else will be happening in this community of Lake Cowichan because of the brand new library. Lots is coming up. But first of all, we're going to take a little bit of a break. And some people can't stand the heat, but chilies add flavor to your food. Well, if you can't take the heat, there's a family in Cobble Hill that have a hot pepper farm that are about to change your mind. Sucheta Singh has our story.